Hello.
Welcome to another little Watchmen video.
This time we're going to bring you our 10 worst movies of the year.
Yep. Each of our lists. We
Yeah.
have a few
Three of them that
ones.
we share.
Yep.
The others are individual.
Yep.
But keep your eyes peeled on your sub boxes because we're going to be dropping the top 10 of the year at some point coming up from when you're watching
Very
this.
soon after this is out.
You're definitely
Watch
gonna wanna
out.
catch that one.
Look out.
Okay, so let's get into it. We'll try to make this not too long, but 10 worst of the year. First, talking about
It's
bad
the best
movies.
comedy of the year.
We can't skip out on the Happy Time Murders. We reviewed this. Did we post the review? I can't remember.
No, we didn't want to talk about it.
But we made a review.
No, we started one. We did make a review.
I don't know if we posted it.
Yeah. No, we never
There's
did.
not much to say. I'll sum it up. Sex jokes.
I don't want to say anything.
Sex jokes, jokes about drugs, and then sex jokes.
But they're not cleverly used.
Coming
though.
from
It's just,
puppets.
They're just throwing them out.
Or Melissa McCarthy, like, banging her head against something. And
yeah, like,
I hurt myself.
Slapstick, yeah, she's like falling over sometimes in these annoying situations. She's like trying the cocaine for puppets, which is like a
sugar. It's
like sugar.
It's I don't even want to talk about it that long because it's like
No, let's cut it here.
it's making me angry, but it's really bad.
So awful.
It's horrible.
What the hell?
Yeah, don't watch it.
Next one is the best action movie of the year, Death Wish. The movie we were all looking forward to. Taken meets something. I don't know.
Like, the trailer, the fact that it's directed by Eli Roth and the trailer made it seem like a super action-packed, like, bloody, violent, like, entertaining action thriller.
Yeah,
it was none of
thought
that.
it was going to be a movie where Bruce Willis kills a bunch of bad guys.
There were, like, three people died the whole time.
And then it's pretty slow throughout most of it. And
It's so boring. They desperately want to make you attached to Bruce Willis's family.
They try really hard. Like, it's like they're really wanting Bruce Willis to... They took the completely wrong approach for this movie. It shouldn't have been about Bruce Willis trying his best to act at his top of his game, which did not follow through well at all. It should have just been fairly general premise, but it should have been just an entertaining action movie.
Super boring, super bad acting.
I'm sorry, Bruce Willis did not
really
pass
bad.
off as a doctor because he's a doctor, and it was goofy.
Watch the one from like the 70s if you want to watch one. I've heard that was better.
One?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Anyways, next movie that we share.
Insidious.
Such a disappointment.
The Last Key.
I'm a big fan of the Insidious franchise. Love the first one. Second one's great in tying in with the first one. Even the third one's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as good as the first two,
but I still like it.
It's not that bad. It still feels like an Insidious movie. This does not. Other than characters you're going to recognize, it's horrible.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes it Insidious.
And Drake agrees with me. I've never seen a character who's been dead since the first movie been dragged out so goddamn much past her death. She's dead. Yet they revolve 2 other movies around her.
I like her character. I think she's interesting.
She's okay.
It was horrible in the fourth one.
It was terrible. They tried to give you an origin story. What's her name? Elaine?
Yeah, Elise.
One of them. Something. They try to give you some origins to her life and like how she grew up and how she came to like realize her ability, her like psychic abilities, sort of. And the main sort of antagonistic demon is the connection to her past also. And then they just take this really bizarre route where then all of a sudden like her nieces love her all of a sudden, even though they just met her. And then it just doesn't make any sense.
At the end, it goes so overboard and it gets so ridiculous.
And then I don't care about spoiling this goddamn movie. Who gives a shit? But here's the thing. You find out that Elaine or Elise, whatever the hell her name is, was the one that caused the whole events of the first movie.
I don't even remember that.
She opened the door. Remember, she's in like the ghost world, the ghost dimension, and then she's like opening up doors, and she opens up the door that leads the Darth Maul demon it's the doorway that opens up into the attic where the kid
It's
is.
just a mess.
So she caused the whole events of the first movie, and they're desperately trying. It's the most desperate blockbuster horror I think I've ever seen.
It's a stain on the Insidious franchise.
Yep, awful.
All right. Now, the movie on my list that now we're gonna have our own individuals. Movie on my list, one of the worst of the year, is The Commuter, starring Liam Neeson.
I think you spelled it wrong.
I don't think so. Why does that matter? I'm not even talking about that one. Anyways, The Commuter, it's the most generic and cliche action movie I think that I've ever seen. Like, a week after I saw it, you could have asked me what it was about, and I probably couldn't have told you.
Liam Neeson, his next movie, he's going to be on a bus. He's been on a plane. He's been on a train. Next one's a bus.
It's just another one of those movies where the action is boring. What's going on is boring.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson, I like Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson is fine, but he's got to stop making movies like this.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not. For me, a little film which I wasn't expecting much out of because, to be honest, I'm talking about The First Purge. I liked the first one. A lot of critics don't like that movie.
The first,
critics.
the actual first,
the very first one.
I don't like the first one.
Really?
I think the second and third are better than the first.
Oh no, I agree. I liked the first one. I wasn't a huge fan of the second one, but I really liked the third one, Election Year, right, where he's defending the politician who could change the events of no longer being a purge. And then they go back from this movie. They go back to what happened in the very first purge, which I hope you get from the name of the movie. But the point is, it's terrible. You got awful characters. For some reason, characters turn into badasses out of nowhere for no apparent reason. Despite never holding a gun before in their entire life, all of a sudden turn into, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I'm done.
I saw it too. I didn't hate it as much as you did, but it's not good. It's just another movie. They're trying to slap on the Purge name so they make a lot of money, which
a lot of stupid character decisions. People making dumb decisions.
Okay. The next, 4 of my last movies could be very controversial to some of you. Let me just give a little bit of an explanation before.
We'll say the movie.
I know. No, because it goes for most of the movies left on my list. I try not to watch a lot of bad movies through. I will not. If I know a movie's going to be horrible, with the exception of the Happy Time Murders, we saw that because we have nothing to do.
Yep.
I won't see it. So just keep that in mind. This is my personal, and I'll give reasons why. So I just wanted to clear the air. Don't hate me too much. Next movie on my list is Annihilation. We reviewed Annihilation.
We didn't. No, we didn't.
We didn't.
We never reviewed it.
We saw it together, so maybe that's
what
I'm
we
thinking
did.
of.
That happened.
It's so overhyped and overloved.
It's a movie that tries desperately to get a high concept while neglecting
it's like they really want you to you
confused.
gotta have a high IQ.
You have to have a higher IQ to know
and
what's happening.
It's a book first, so I'm sure the book was the same way. So I'm not saying that it's completely the movie's fault, but it tries so hard to be confusing. It tries so hard to be weird. It tries so hard to be interesting. And I've seen movies that do weird better. I've seen movies that do confusing better. Confusing but still interesting and makes sense. This movie was just...
It really lost me towards the last.
It gets so
over the top,
sci-fi, supernatural. It's and just how much people liked it. Yeah. It really pained me to watch it and feel the way I did. I wanted to like it, but it fell.
It's not. No, that's not on my list. But I mean, it
fell very flat.
Definitely
it's not
one
good.
of the best. And then for me, the movie called The Week Of. I don't even know why I bother. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Why do you watch these bad
movies? It's stupid. So it's another one of those Netflix Adam Sandler movies where it's a movie where literally nothing happens. Nothing.
I don't even know what this
nothing
movie
happens.
is.
It's about Chris Rock plays the dad of the the boy who's gonna marry Adam Sandler's wife. So Adam Sandler wants to get to know Chris Rock's character, but Chris Rock's character is he's big and his job. I don't remember what he is. I think he's
I've never even heard of this movie.
I think he's a lawyer, but he's a rich guy who neglects his family for no apparent reason. They make him an asshole just because the story tells. It's like they're just telling you he's an asshole, and he does some asshole stuff. And it's a movie where Adam Sandler and Chris Rock just walk around and then never make a joke, and then look really confused at each other. That's the entire movie, where they're meeting each other and they're before the wedding. That's really what this is.
Sounds great. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Great little flick.
Next movie on our list, or my list, excuse me. If you watch our videos, you've seen me talk about it. A Quiet Place, another movie similar to Annihilation that, for some reason, was pretty well critically acclaimed, and
widely liked by people.
Yeah, audience acclaimed as well. A total letdown. It's super cheesy.
It's flat.
It's super cliche. It's
the same suspenseful points happen the exact same way. It's shot the exact same way.
Then trying to be quiet because there's a monster.
4 different times you have the same scene.
The little girl, I understand that she's deaf, but some of the things that she does are mind-boggling. Running away from home because your dad can't make
he can't be successful
hearing aid that works. He's reading books to try to help you, and she runs away. The ending with I'm going to spoil it. I don't care. Skip ahead 10 seconds if you don't care. But the Emily Blunt with the shotgun. Oh, we're going to rid the world of these alien things. Yeah. It's so bad. I don't know why. It's not suspenseful.
No, it's not.
I get that they're trying to make the movie silent, and if a loud noise happens, oh my god, that was suspenseful. It's really bad. And
it wasn't one of the worst movies.
People
of the
need
year,
to calm down.
It's not very good at all.
People need to calm down.
For me, my next one is another little Netflix movie. I still don't know why I bother. Okay, it's Game Over, man. I know some people watched it, they liked it. I know the Workaholics guys. I know how they act, and I was expecting it to basically be that. It really was. They were just playing themselves from that show. I think they just play themselves in general in the show and in the movie. But the movie, he was telling me you have to know what you're getting into. I know what I'm getting into. I knew it was going to be not that great.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting much, but I was expecting it to be semi-entertaining and at least funny. Here's 2 things it wasn't. It wasn't entertaining. The action was quite obnoxious. I don't know if that's a weird way to describe it.
I thought it was entertaining.
And then it wasn't funny. I don't think I laughed once throughout the entire thing. It's a lot of them talking about their penises, and then they take it out sometimes, and then that's about it. And then they go smoke some drugs in one of the hotel rooms, and that's about it.
It's not a good movie.
No, it's not.
But I mean, for what it is, it exists.
It exists.
It's I wouldn't say it's obviously I wouldn't say it's the worst movie because it's not on my list. It's not good, but I didn't hate it as much as you did. Next movie on my list is one that I didn't want to see.
For me, that'd be a close, number 11 or 12.
I didn't want to see this movie. I told you it wasn't going to be good. You still dragged me on saying, oh, well, there's going to be some good action. The movie I'm talking about is Sicario, Day of Soldado. I did not like the first Sicario.
No, I didn't either.
It was better than this one, but I didn't like the first Sicario as much as everyone else
I think
did.
I hated this one more.
Oh yeah, this one's much worse. I didn't like the first one, but this one's worse.
I think you said it backwards.
No.
Right.
I could tell by the trailers. I don't know how they fooled you, but I've said, and I could tell from the trailers, this is going to be one of those movies. They make it look like there's a lot of action, and then there's not. They basically put all the action that's in the entire movie in the trailer to get you interested.
It turns into Logan, the plot line from Logan.
It's not good. It's not interesting.
Towards the end.
I wouldn't say it's bad acting, but who cares?
It's not interesting. The characters aren't interesting. You don't care about them. You never care about them, even in the first one.
There's Sicario, Wind River, and Hell or High Water in this American crime saga. Go watch Wind River. skip out on Sicario. I didn't love Hell or High Water, but watch Hell or High Water over Sicario. Get rid of the Sicario franchise in my...
I don't know why they bothered to make
book.
a second one. That was stupid. But here's another great little Netflix film called The Outsider.
I don't even know what this one is either.
Why do I do this to myself? I know Netflix originals are going to be terrible. They're
Not
always
all of them, but like
vast majority.
I've never even heard of this movie or the week of.
I know, but it looks
I've
interesting.
never heard of it.
It's about a World War II. It's with Jared Leto. He used to be a soldier in the U.S. military. It takes place soon, like during the occupation of Japan after the end of World War II, where they're just trying to maintain order. And he was sent to prison and dishonorably discharged in Japan.
Why is it bad?
And then here we go. And then he wants to become part of the Yakuza, but then it's fucking slow as shit. It's so slow. It's so goddamn slow. And they really want you to connect with him, Jared Leto, and like the woman that he loves or starts to like, but you don't get any of that. It's slow paced. I think he says only a handful of words throughout the whole thing. It's just like him watching him do some trials, killing some people, and then not much really happens as a whole. So that's about it. Awful.
Next movie on my list is a movie that I thought, based on the trailer, looked pretty interesting. I like Domhnall Gleeson. I saw it with...
Oh, is this the... Okay, sorry.
So the movie I'm talking about is The Little Stranger, the kind of haunted house movie set in like the 30s or 20s, whenever it was. Yeah. From the trailers, I thought it looked like it was pretty interesting. But when I say that this is one of the most boring movies I've ever seen, I mean it. I fell asleep in the theater. It was so slow, so drawn out. Nothing really was explained unless I missed. It was so boring. I don't even know if I could call it a horror movie. It's a drama first, but they put in some horror aspects. I didn't pick up on them other than like a bell ringing. Oh my God, a ghost. It's so painfully boring, painfully slow. Yep. Just get rid of it.
Here's another movie. You've watched this, right?
Slept through some of it.
It was boring. It's 10 Cloverfield... No. What? Cloverfield Paradox. Oh my God. It's supposed to be what takes place before the events of the first Cloverfield movie.
I don't know why they made it.
I don't know why. It was supposed to be released in theaters originally. So what they decided to do, I guess people thought this was a good idea. You have 3 movies. 10 Cloverfield Lane is good.
I love the original Cloverfield.
Cloverfield is okay. I'm not a huge
What?
fan. But
I love Cloverfield.
The idea of completely disconnecting 3 movies that sort of are...
They're so different.
They're very different. It's weird. But here's the thing. This movie is the exact same movie as that awful horror movie with Sam Neill and...
Event Horizon?
Yes, Event Horizon. It's the same movie.
That's pretty different.
Where things are getting distorted and they start getting killed and stuff. In that movie. It's another Netflix original. They don't know how to make a goddamn movie, and it really bothers me.
It was really bad in the beginning. It kind of picked up and kind of I was semi-interested. Yeah, I don't know. All 3 Cloverfield movies are so different. I don't understand the making of this one. They kind of ruined the first 2. It's so different than the other 2.
They just completely diminished the positivity surrounding 10 Cloverfield Lane to just squashing it, basically.
My next movie is one that you saw us review.
Yeah.
It's The Nun. I was very excited for The Nun. Wasn't so excited when the trailer came out, but I was hoping for it. I love the Conjuring movies. I loved The Nun. In The Conjuring, I think she's super scary.
Way more creepy in the second Conjuring.
The Nun, the Nun that came out in 2018 was so cliche. It was so relied on so many telegraph jump scares that you knew exactly were going to happen.
The way the camera's moving when it's swiping, when it's panning beyond.
It was just another one of those movies where a face and a loud noise, and the story sucks. The acting sucks. Yep. The movie sucks, and I skip it.
Another movie, Pacific Rim Uprising, is just an awful combination of action and robots, and I didn't like the first one. That's all I have to say. It's bad.
So why even see the second one if you didn't like the first one?
Good question. I like John Boyega.
Last movie on my list, it's Suspiria, and I wanted to like Suspiria so badly. I was talking to you. Yeah, I sent you the trailer. I was so excited from the trailer. I couldn't wait to see it when it came out, and I was super let down. There were parts, if you rewatch our original review, there were parts that I like, and there are parts that are good. But it tries too hard, in my opinion. And it fell flat for me. I wanted to like it. I really did.
Me too.
I liked the original. I
think I liked it a little bit more than him in general, but I mean...
I wanted to like it so bad, and I was so let down.
Me too.
Hello?
That's sound. The next movie, last movie here, it's painful.
I knew from the trailers it was going to be bad, but you didn't believe me.
It's bad. The Predator.
I told you it was going to be bad.
Shane Black is a goddamn fool. How the hell did you think he was going to make this movie good? You have this movie with a group of soldiers who are trapped on this bus, and one of them was one of the guys that came across the Predator, and then they're labeling them all as being insane. They're like, okay, all these guys on the bus are insane, but then they break out because the Predator runs into their bus and they escape, I guess. So then they decide, you know what, since they all have like some sort of mental problem or something, I don't know. One of them has Tourette's just for the sake of having it, just for some sort of comedic relief, ?
Making fun of people with disabilities.
Yeah, check. And then it's kind of creepy the way, not scary the movie, but the way the characters interact. They kidnap Olivia Munn, who's like the scientist that they need to, we need to go get our scientist to investigate the alien. And for some reason, also the government turns on her for no reason, because she's trying to capture it, bring it back, and I guess the government says, let's kill her. That's literally what they say out of nowhere. Let's kill her. What? She's trying to capture it and bring it back. And then all of a sudden they say, let's kill her. What? And then the soldiers are disabled dudes and they're weird. And then they decide, let's go hunt down the Predator. Okay. And then stuff happens. There's shooting.
Looked horrible.
And then the government official guy, he just swears so much for no reason. He just blurts it out of nowhere. It makes no sense. I don't even want to say it because it's so obnoxious how often he swears. He'll be talking about like the Predator and he'll try to get like all gangster or something. He's like, I don't know what the hell this shit's going on. I'm like, what's happening? What is he talking about? It's awful. Yep. Okay.
Those are the 10 worst of
10 worst
of the year. Don't watch them, but watch us. Like, comment, subscribe. Send to